is Virgo ruled by Mercury, who's like the busybody planet, like always like zipping off to do something. So that can be like the overdoing, overactive, need to take action element, shadow of Virgo, always needing to fix everything, put everything in order on top of it, right? Which is so powerful. We need that. It helps us to discern what's important in our life. It helps us to take action. We're humans. We got to get shit done. This is the reality. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of others. We have to take care of our work. We want the incredible healing power of Virgo on our side. But Virgo's also ruled by Chiron, the wounded healer. Let me tell you a story about my stepdad, Richard Rippey. He was a military man who served in the Vietnam War, and his attitude, this is like he had two mottos in life. One motto was cash is king, and he walked around saying it all the time. And the second motto was prior proper planning prevents piss poor performance. And it drove me insane, like insane. I was a like preteen to in college when he was a part of my family, and he drove me fucking nuts. As you can imagine, here I'm like my wild and free, a hippie artist, studying literature, and here he is just like just in total judgment, and also just constantly, like, I was all over the place. Like, my sister and I tried to go to Europe with no plans whatsoever, and he was always there, like, helping us to bail ourselves out of crazy trouble, helping us to get to the airport, helping us to, like, figure out when we ran out of money, helping us to buy packs, and then when we had 60-pound packs, to take half of it out. So prior proper planning, heck yeah, so valuable. Thank you, Virgo. We want that, right? And what happened to my stepdad is that he received a serious injury and he was no longer able to work. And when he could no longer work, his extravagant lifestyle meant that he was still spending. And his motto of cash is king. Ultimately, my stepfather, Richard Rippey, committed suicide in my family house. And bless his soul, may he rest in peace. I think of him regularly when I use the saying, prior proper planning prevents piss poor performance. It has really helped me in my life, and I pray that that might be of service to you. But we can acknowledge that the reality is that when he hit his dark night of the soul, he didn't have tools to look inward. He didn't have tools to sit with the shadow and the chaos. Instead, his motto that cash is king meant he looked outward. He was very much a part of the patriarchal capitalist mindset of like, everything is out there. That's what we can see is what exists, right? So part of the healing that we're doing for ourselves, for all men, for all genders, for the entire planet, as healers gathered together, we're doing the work of diving into our own shadows, diving into our own inner chaos, diving into those recurrent patterns that keep showing up in our life, whether it's self-judgment, whether it's we're not taking adequate care of ourselves, whether it's we're not creating healthy boundaries in our life, whether it's that we're letting people walk all over us or we're walking all over other people. Whatever that painful thing is in your life, that's your medicine, 100%. This is the message of Chiron. Whatever we suffer from again and again and again, that shadow is going to draw us into the gifts of our unique service on this planet at this time. Whatever we're able to turn inward and heal or receive healing or enter into relationship with, we then are gifted with the medicine bag, the tools to offer that healing out to others. And that doesn't look like you become a healer. No, that doesn't look like you become a doctor or a witch or whatever. This looks like our presence is our medicine. So the power of Virgo is to really anchor in to the reality that we're in constant shadow work. if you're on this mindful path, if you're part of this program, chances are, heck yeah, you're in constant shadow work. You know, we go through the light times, we go through the full moon times, life is amazing. And then heck yeah, maybe every month, maybe every day at a time of the day, we kind of dive back into like, okay, I see that I really just want to eat that cookie because I don't want to feel my feelings right now. Or I see that I'm pushing myself way too hard in my yoga practice. Or I see that I'm obsessive compulsive at work. I can't stop because I feel like my value depends on that. Or I see every time I look at my bank account, I see that the intensity of my anxiety is so strong that instead I just want to hide. So we could go on and on. We have infinite examples of shadow, right? And this is the power that's available to you this month. This is the power this is the healing that we're doing for each other and for ourselves, of stepping into the faith and the trust that the moon cycle, that the seasons, that the cycle of life, these are never-ending circles and cycles of healing. And when we trust those cycles, when we step into presence with intention, when we align our devotion to service to ourselves as service to the whole, when we trust that what we see inside is what we'll see mirrored outside of us, that is then the true power of the healer is unlocked within. To close down the story of my stepfather is that I know that his soul is in a larger process of healing that can't be understood in the myopic view of one human life, right? So again, the mystery teachings of healing are that, you know, all these cycles are occurring, including the cycles of our human life, and that we're playing out these karmic patterns. And these karmic patterns are, maybe we can clear some, like in a month or in a plant ceremony, maybe, but a lot of them might take a lifetime. They might take a few lifetimes. There's larger cycles that we can't even be aware of. Maybe this lifetime is actually just for the service of clearing one karmic pattern to set up the next lifetime. So this is the level of deep faith that, as wounded healers, or as healers always in the process of healing ourselves, entering into that relationship of healing, of trust with the nature of balance, that we are actually ultimately in harmony, that there are these over cycles that even when things look insane, like even if the world were to completely end from nuclear war, that's part of a cycle too. That's part of a cycle of healing. That's part of a larger cycle that we can't even necessarily understand. And the only way we can access grounding amidst these crazy cycles is within. And all of the cycles for all of the beings, for all of the planets, for all of the universe, ultimately can be found here. This is quick and dirty, like deep mysticism. So if this is new to you, like, please sit with it, breathe with it for a lifetime, for months, years. See what's true for you, see how you feel, but use the power of Chiron, use the power of the healer within you to dive into a deeper sense of faith, a deeper sense of trust that you are in the process of healing, that the more we anchor inside, the more present we are, the more we drop into gratitude, the more we remember our wholeness, our balance, the more we go into nature and see that wholeness and the balance mirrored back at us, the more that healing is happening right now. In fact, we're already healed. And we can know that for others in our lives, even like my stepfather, even someone who committed suicide. I know that his soul is in a karmic cycle playing out some shit. And I trust that process, as painful as it is for him, as painful as it is for my family, as painful as it might be for the world at large when we see these things. We can anchor into trust and affect the only thing we can impact. Inside, knowing that what's in is out. As above, so below. As within, so without.